Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to all of you for your courage and your leadership on this issue today. As a fellow Coloradan, I'd like to direct my question to Mr. Bencomo. Thank you for everything you've done in Colorado and our community to lead on this issue and lending the important voice of veterans to this conversation. As you alluded to earlier, in Colorado, we have led on this issue and we passed universal background checks. And in the time that we've had those background checks on the books, over 2,000 illegal sales have been prevented in our community. And nobody's ever going to convince me that that doesn't make our community safer. You are part of and lead a group called Colorado Gun Owners for Safety. And in the time those background checks have been in the books, have you or any of the members of your organization had any tangible infringement on your rights? Because I am not aware of any, and frankly, I think we are often led to believe that there's a false choice in America between respecting the Second Amendment and the rights of law-abiding citizens and doing common sense things to end violence in our community.
No. So the reality of that statement is that the NRA and the lobbyists have bastardized the true meaning of what the Second Amendment really is. There is not an infringement on our rights. And I implore each congressperson here today to start to change the narrative. If we can't change legislation, by God, go out there and at least tell the American people what the Second Amendment really is and that sensible gun laws are needed. Thank you.
Thank you. And you spoke earlier about the impact of your service on this issue and that you view this through the lens of a combat veteran. And as my friend Ms. Sherrill and my fellow veteran Ms. Luria, who's in attendance here today, have often spoke about this issue and others, that citizenship comes with duties and responsibilities. And I'd like for you to touch on very briefly how your background as a veteran and somebody who has taken oaths to defend the Constitution of this country and your sense of duty has informed your leadership and your approach to this issue.
Thank you. Over 20 years ago, I took an oath to serve this country and be a patriot for it, and that doesn't end when I retired. I had to continue to fight the fight, and I see that our country is in a crisis. And while we fought overseas, I'm fighting back at home. Every veteran here knows that these weapon systems takes years to learn. We have to get certified. We have to understand this weapon because this weapon is used to kill other humans. They're not needed on our streets. Thank you.
Thank you. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.